We're Work in Progress with your hosts Nikoleta and Kat.
We're the podcast for surviving solopreneurs. We're going to start by doing something a little bit different. Instead of introducing ourselves, we're going to introduce each other. And we haven't scripted this, so this is going to be a surprise for both of us.
Yeah.
Nikoleta, what are you going to say about me?
Okay, if I have to introduce you to our four listeners, I would say, if I'm talking to them directly, I would say Kat is a very supportive person. She's full of interesting perspectives and stories, which I can't wait to hear along this journey that we just started with Work in Progress. And I believe this will be the way how we will get to know each other even better and maybe form even stronger bond, even just as a host or friends or colleagues or whatever. And I believe that she carries some big light in herself, and she is shining a lot when we talk to each other, and I really like that about her. And I know for sure that she has a lot of respect for people and also a lot of knowledge, and she has so much experiences that she hasn't even shared 5% of them with me. Most of the time she's a perfectionist, but she knows how to be spontaneous as well. Most of the time I really like about her that she is true to herself and she presents herself in her true version. She doesn't do anything that is fake or doesn't fit her style. She's just who she is. And she's a proud mom of 2 cats and the only person that I know that likes pistachio in every flavor.
Yeah, it works with everything.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much for that introduction. That was so sweet.
You're welcome.
So my introduction for you, I was going to start with, you're one of my first online friends. I mean, really, since I've been on Instagram, I think you are the person that I'm definitely closest to, which has been so nice. I've learned so much from you also in like a really small, short friendship so far.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. No, okay. But so what I was going to say, she's a super energetic UX designer with a curious mind. She's a great listener, but she also asks the right questions, which something to me is super important because it really shows that you listen and you're really trying to understand the person that you're talking to. And I've noticed this with, of course, when you speak to me, but also when it comes to professional work, that you do ask really good questions and you can see that you're thinking ahead, like you're thinking about all aspects and really just trying to find like the best way forward. I find that conversations with you always take like a really interesting turn, and we go different places that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, one of the not most important, but like something that always sticks in my mind is one of our first conversations was about making chia pudding. And I remember that you said to me, like, oh, I think you use jam in like a lot of your desserts or something. And then since that point, I just started using jam on like so many things. So you've changed my life in that sense. You've brought jam into a new light for me that like I didn't know was possible. So thank you for the the tips on jam.
You're welcome. Oh my God. When you think about that, you want something to stick with someone and that thing doesn't stick, but something so how to say mundane or usual for you, for someone else is like, oh my God, this is a new universe for me. Thank you for sharing that. Same thing when you say something that I have never heard before is like, wow, why didn't I knew about this from before? And that's why I like our conversations, the way you said we travel, we go on a different topics and we're like learn a lot and it's just like so much fun.
No, exactly. And that's kind of the reason why we wanted to start this podcast. So when Nikoleta and I first met, it was winter time and we randomly did like a coffee chat. And I think this coffee chat, normally they're meant to be like a 30-minute, like you just meet each other, like catch up. I think we spoke for 2 hours, just about everything. And then we started to do these coffee chats a bit more regularly. And what we found was talking to each other, because we both work for ourselves and from home alone, basically. And talking to each other gave us such a sense of feeling supported, but also a relief of like just general stress stuff that we're dealing with. And we found that, yeah, a lot of things that we were dealing with, we were both having the same thing. So I thought my issue was only my issue, and it was so bad. As soon as I would say to Nikoleta, she'd be like, oh, me too, I'm also dealing with that thing. So it just gave such a nice sense of, I guess, community when we spoke to each other. So we wanted to share that with everyone else who's going through the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most wholesome part of our coffee chat was that we felt heard. And I also felt very curious about you as a person, because I know that through the profile on Instagram being professional, I know that you have like so many other personalities within you. And when you told me that you travel there and there, I'm not going to tell where, and you're born there, and I'm like, what? And that's how the whole thing started, with like half an hour to 2 hours, just us chatting and chatting. And I remember in one point was like, I'm hungry, I have to go. And I was like, yeah, okay, go eat. And that's how our chats usually are over.
Well, it's a very real thing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole idea for the podcast I had on my mind for a really long time. And I was like, should I do it alone? Would it be that interesting if I talk by myself? And I was like, I should pitch this to Kat and see if she wants to do it with me. And what did you say?
Well, yes, I think, didn't I pitch to you?
I think it was, I told you about, I think it was I think I said I'm starting a podcast on my YouTube channel, but I really want to host with someone. And you said one of my goals for this year is to start a podcast. And I was like, do you want to make one together? And then it was like, let's do this.
And then it started. Yeah, I had for a while. So basically for me, the motivation of the podcast was I started like not really enjoying making content. And then someone said to me, like, just make content that you enjoy doing. And I was like, oh, well, I like talking to people. So like I should do a podcast. And I had like written down for a long time on my to-do list, like ask Nikoleta about podcasts. And then like when I finally, I think I had it for like 1 or 2 months or something before like I brought it up. Because I just kept like, it was winter, I don't know, I was feeling shitty or something. And then, when we spoke about it and we were both like, yes, let's do it. And then from there, it was just, history, as they said. Make sure you subscribe and listen along. We're basically going to be talking about stuff that we're working through in our businesses. Sometimes it'll be serious, sometimes a bit more fun. And if you want, you can suggest us topics. If there's something that you're dealing with in your business, or as a freelancer, however you want to call it, write us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, I don't know if you can, but write us, and then we can talk about that topic.
Also, another notification or announcement for you guys. If you are interested in conversating with us and want to be one of our guests, you can reach out to us on our Instagram channel, Work in Progress Cast, or on our private Instagrams for work, and just ask for you to be part of the guest list, introduce your main topic and maybe the field of work that you do, and interesting things related to your business that also affect you as a person. Because we like to combine work and personal life and make our podcast episodes much more conversational and much more, open, relaxed, not uptight, corporate, just a little bit more fun and light, so you can be on our second season as a guest. Of course, you will go through a very hard interview. Just joking.
7 rounds.
So make sure you follow us and subscribe and whatever it's supposed to keep you updated. And see you in the next episode.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.